I'm not trying to make $100,000 a day doing this, but $1,000 a day, that'll add up pretty quick. You have to force yourself to walk away. That's like the best way to do it. As long as you're learning and you're not doing the same stupid shit all the time, I'm buying experience.
Hello, everyone. We're back doing series with the fellow traders who are finally getting into the payout stages. And today with us, we have Chris. Chris has been with FundingFutures.com and started finally making money. It's always nice to see people who are actually, it's such a painful process. It takes dedication to get from a complete novice to someone who gets some vest, finally starting getting paid.
It's not an easy road.
It's not.
Hats off to you, because shoot, I don't know many people that don't give up.
Yeah, exactly. It takes grit. We call it in the business. It's the easiest, hardest way to make money because it looks very easy. And in the movies, in the media, yeah, buy, sell, low, high, whatever. And then when you actually do it, you're like, oh, this is pretty bad. This could only go up or down. And when you actually get to it, it becomes the hardest, easiest looking way of making money. And it takes a lot of grit, a lot of perseverance. So that's the next question. How did you keep up? What was your drive? How did you end up in this business in the first place?
It's kind of about, I'm self-employed, so I have my own business, and you really can't rely on one stream of income, especially with your own business, because it comes down to cash flow. I knew that if I stuck to it, then I'm not trying to make $100,000 a day doing this, you know what I mean? But like $1,000 a day, that'll add up pretty quick.
Absolutely.
So I think once I changed that mindset of I need to make everything right now to incremental trading, I think that's where it really kind of flipped for me, where I wasn't just blowing accounts and like aggressively trying to come back from things. That's what the major change was, like not chasing.
Right. No, man. And it's so funny that everybody kind of says similar things. And then yet people in the beginning, they're like, no, I know better than that. I'll turn my $1,000 into 100K. No problem. And then obviously markets teach us how to be humble very fast. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So most people are treating it like a one-day sprint. The equivalent of what people are trying to achieve is go to the gym once, they go all out and think they're going to look like Schwarzenegger. That's not going to happen. It's literally every day, little by little, you take a little cut. And that's the goal that actually achievable. You chunk it up. In the beginning, everybody obviously have to the steep learning curve. So they spend a lot of time in front of the monitors. But once you're there, you only have the brain capacity, your mental. It's like, again, going to the gym. Your brain is a muscle too. If you have a certain amount of energy to make decisions, and the more decisions you make, now you have diminishing returns basically on your ability to think properly. So if you're going to be trading for 10 hours a day, most likely than not, you're going to be losing money. And that's what makes trading so hard, that you have to switch your thinking, and sometimes less is more. So trading
Absolutely
focused for 2 hours or 1 hour or 3 hours is enough to make an income that offsets your other business ventures or your work. So tell us, how was your journey? How did you were self-employed, you started, how long did it take you to become profitable? And, what was your journey like?
Yeah. Basically, I started at the beginning of the year, so 6 months or so. I stopped keeping track of how much money I lost, honestly. It's like, so like once I kind of blocked that out of my head and just realized it was like a cost, almost like I'm buying experience. And I just kept grinding out for that because I saw the potential, and everything. As long as you're learning and you're not doing the same stupid shit all the time. It's like people pay for training all the time. You get like a gym, you get personal trainer, you're not going to see the results instantly, even though you're paying the trainer. It's like, well, they're showing you what you need to be doing consistently. Right. So like I took it all in and was like, yeah, I shouldn't do that anymore. But it took a lot to really get through the stubbornness of it. It's just one of those things that the quicker you like learn from your mistakes, the further you're going to advance.
Since you're not appear to be 18 or 20 years old, you already have the kind of the maturity to approach these things, obviously with some life experience behind you. That's why you're able to make those mistakes and actually not fight them, but learn from them. Obviously, we still were fighting and we're doing the same dumb shit over and over again. We can learn little faster because we're running out of time not to be sitting around and wasted on repeating the same stupidity, right? 6 months is actually one of the faster. That's probably the most optimal timeline. Usually people take a little longer, but that's okay. Everybody has their own pace.
It's the grind, you know? I mean, everybody's different. Like you said, I'm a little bit older, so like I'm able to be a little bit more in control of my emotions. And if I was 20 trying to do this, I know I wouldn't be profitable yet, and I would be way more in the hole.
Right, right. Exactly. Exactly. What would be your biggest, like, kind of a lesson or something you would pass on to younger generations, somebody starting out in this business thing?
Man, the like personal lockout you can do on yourself will change your life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the number one thing that I could ever say is like decide on how much you're willing to lose and stick to it because man, nothing good happens from there. And so like when I found the sweet spot for me, you know, everyone's different of how much I'm willing to let go of every day. I mean, that was total game changer because there's nothing you can do about it. And your emotions are like coming after you. And you're like, I can't do anything. It's locked out. There's nothing I can do about this. And it's like, you got to be able, if you have to force yourself to walk away, that's like the best way to do it. Even after making money, you like want that adrenaline, serotonin kick again. It's both ways. Like, I lock myself out if I've made so much too, like not just losses, but like that way it's that incremental thing. I'm not trying to blow my earnings either.
You're hitting on something that is only mature traders talk about. And it doesn't matter what kind of emotion you're experiencing, whether it's high or low, meaning low, you're losing money, or high, when you made a lot of money. You're now in either euphoric or depressed state. Either state can lead to problems. It's a sign of maturity to be disciplined enough or create systems to be disciplined enough. Also, discipline only works so far. It's a lot easier. And sometimes you have a day where it's not going to work and it's going to cost you something. So it's better to build the system which prevents you automatically from overstepping. The reason why most people don't walk away is because they take it personally. They think market and then they start tripping in their own ego, and their ego is forcing them to know, but I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right. And the reason why people want to be right is because our school systems are built for factory workers. You know, you have to be right. You never should be wrong. In reality, in this business, you don't know the outcome. You cannot be right. Nobody can be right 100% of the time. And most people don't realize that. They try to be right 100% of the time because we're taught to be right. You know, you're taking a math exam, you have to be right 100% of the time, right? Otherwise, you're a bad person, bad boy, bad girl, you get an F. But here, you have to kind of switch that mindset into a probability mindset. You can't hit home runs every day, and that's how you blow up accounts. What kind of trading, what do you do? You do scalping, you do swing trading, you do, what kind of assets do you prefer? How'd you find what clicked for you? What kind of system? What was
So I literally just trade ES.
Okay.
That's it.
S&P
In the open. And, you know, sometimes pre-market stuff, but that's the one thing, like I felt like if I tried to focus on a lot of things that I'm watching a lot of things at once, and that's overwhelming. And it's kind of like the patience of looking at one thing and waiting for by whatever zones I'm drawing or like what I see and still being okay with if it doesn't happen during the morning, not pursuing it for the rest of the day.
I got you now that you found your instrument that works for you. And not only that, again, I just want to point out things that I hear is this is how you hunt. You know, you set a trap, you don't chase the bear, you know, you let it come to you and you trap it. Same thing with in trading. You have to be patient enough to let your bread and butter setups work. So the market has to come to them and then you enter the positions. Wait for the signal, your setups to come to you. And if it doesn't happen, you should be okay walking away. You can't just be trading every day. Sometimes it's wise not to trade because in this job, it's not only that you're not making money. Sometimes you're going to lose money and give it back. So it's better just to be even when your setup is not there. There's no point in forcing markets. Lastly, what's your plan for the future? How do what's your vision for the future? Are you going to ramping up the size or are you just steady as she goes for now and then slowly grow into bigger shoes?
I'm pretty steady as she goes right now.
All right. That's good. Hey.
Yeah, obviously I want to improve, but for right now, I'm just going to keep going.
Take it at your own pace. You obviously have enough maturity and life experience to understand. Don't rush it, because I want to do a follow-up interview in 6 months or so with even a happier face. I really appreciate you coming on today and sharing what you've learned and talk about your journey. I enjoy looking at the people's smiles when they finally things start clicking, and I wish you success, and in 6 months to do a follow-up with even bigger smile, bigger profits, and more advice.
Yes, sir. It's been fun. Thanks for having me.